Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Hornby hobby. This will be part 1 of restoring Webby's LNERD tank. So just to get in a gauge of, so that's not good. It's never good when they need a tap to get them going. It's good at full power. That wasn't even on the points and he was dead. Right, that's half power. So it's a whole lot of noise, but not a lot of action. So let's go to the bench and see if we can sort it. Right, so here we go. This is a different view. In fact, what's it going to be like if I turn the light on? Is it glitching? It doesn't look like it's glitching. So, good old Hornby tank. Chances are, if you've gotten into model railways, you would have started with this timber. So, let's get her open. Get the body off, get it dusted down, and give it a clean. That's all it should be, to be honest. Just a clean. Okay, so body first. The manky brush. It's only light dust, so it doesn't need a full scrub in water and soap in the ultrasonic cleaner like I normally do. I mean, already it's looking pretty good. Do the inside as well. There's the don't forget that when you take the locomotives apart, you've got this little wedge and it's got a hole in the middle, well, that's off center, which goes onto the peg, and it goes a very specific way. So that's pretty much the body, nice and cleaned up. Again, doesn't need anything extravagant. Ooh, there's quite a lot of hair and gunk in that. So first step is take off the motor mounting bracket. What tool do I usually use for this? I've forgotten already. I think I usually use my tweezers. Right. Release. Bend them forward. And there we go. And that is the motor released. Well, will be in a minute. It's just... It looks like someone's already been at this before, because you've got these... I just thought the camera was glitching there. Bits of heat shrink on that wire there. So I'm guessing someone's been at this before. So there's a screw on the bottom. Take that off, and that will release the motor cradle itself. Just prise that out like that, and Bob is your teapot. There you go. Woo! Someone's used black tack or something to stick that down. Oh, Gordon Bennett, that is ruined. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pickup out. There we go. So there's your entire motor assembly. So now what we can do is get a feel for what the wheels are doing. So just turn them with your finger. And if there's any tight spots or any... That all feels good. So, time for my favourite part, giving it a good scoosh with the contact cleaner. Don't be shy, get it in there, really get it in there. Do not be shy with it. Get rid of the old gunk and grease and oil. Just the idea behind the contact cleaner is that it cleans everything. That it gets into all the nooks and crannies, gets rid of all the old hairs and whatever else has been lurking on there for the past however many years. I mean, this is a Hornby made in China model, so this could be anywhere within the last 10 years or so. The gear's looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any sign of a split. I'll clean the wheel backs, because that's obviously where the pickups touch. Conrods are already looking clean. So for those wheels, I'm just going to use our regular method, which is the rotary tool / Dremel. So what I'm going to do is essentially that. Let the wheels try and turn on their own. So it's basically very simple. You don't need to press on too hard. Try not to go anywhere near the plastic. So I'll go over that, and then you can rejoin us on the next stage. Righty ho then, we are back. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but those wheels are clean, and very significantly so. And but one thing I have noticed is that the axles and the wheels, they don't seem to be pushed fully home, especially on this side. So there we go, that's sorted that out. That definitely sorted that out. No. That's a bit too tight now. Yeah, you want a little bit of wiggle room, not much. So if you just screwdriver underneath and pickle it until there we go, until they just lift. So now, there you go. I'm not using any pressure. One finger. Yeah, there's a bit. My table isn't exactly the flattest thing in the world. So now give that a bit of a polish. The motor itself is looking pretty good. I mean, yeah, it'll look a bit manky, but all motors tend to after they've done many years of work. So hopefully this video particularly inspires you to fiddle around with your own locomotives. If you've got a fleet that needs maintaining, just at a moment there. Yeah, like that. There goes that. one first. So yeah, as I was saying, if you've got a fleet of locomotives and they're not working properly, but you're too scared to get them running, then hopefully this video might give you an idea of what's wrong and how you can fix it. And there is quite an endorphic reward to repairing your models. And you don't need that many tools. I mean, a couple of screwdrivers, so a posi and a slot. And a pair of tweezers does help. An oiler, a fiberglass pencil, and a conrod nut spanner. That's really all you need to get yourself started. And you see, once you've dealt with a locomotive of this caliber, it is so easy to do the rest. Why was I doing it that way? There I was talking about how easy it is. Just ease that on. Click that into those lugs. That's all good. So what I will do is put the screw in to hold that motor case to the chassis, then put the bracket on. There we go. There we go. That's got that. So now the retaining clip. Now, retaining clips, they can be quite fiddly sometimes. That's where a pair of tweezers does help you. So thread that through. So all the wires should be above the retaining clip. And if there's one bit of advice I should give you, is that dirt is the enemy of electricity. That's why it's important to keep your locomotives clean. Okay, so that's all engaged. Make sure that none of the wires are fouling on the wheels, which they aren't. So now, hopefully, touch that to that, and Bob is your T-Bob. But we won't know properly until I've tried it. So, yep, and that's the back. So I'm going to put this coupling back on. This coupling came with it. So I'm going to get this back on. I apologise that this is getting a bit long-winded. There we go. And I should have a spare, because that's the kind of person I am. I like to try and keep spares of everything. That's another thing that will help you, having spares of every little thing that you can. Buy doubles of locomotives and you'll find that it helps. What size is the... it's quite large actually, isn't it? I think it used to be longer than that one. Yeah. Yep, I bet that one will do. It's always at the bottom. And continuing on from what I was saying about, you know, being brave enough to do your own repairs, Double O Bill, he's done practically every locomotive you can mention. And if you get stuck, you can watch one of his videos and find out how to fix it. I mean, I had to do that with Webby's warship. Okie donkey. Slot that into there. I have to be careful that none of those wires are going to get pinched because I've done that before. I mean, you may remember Lion, my little, that was a D-tank as well. Sometimes it's just a case of manipulating the wires until everything clicks into place. Give it a double check when the body's back on. Yeah, that's perfect. Now, final screw. Screw it back on. And there we go. So now, we get that on the track. It should all work. Right, here we go. That is much better, don't you think? It's now moving off on its own and I'm not having to touch it. See if we can get it to crawl. These aren't going to be very good crawlers because they were pocket rockets. That's just under half power there to get it to move. But yeah, they're designed to be pocket rockets. They're designed to be fast. They're not designed to be detailed or be good runners. They're just designed to go fast because that's what kids like. But there we go. That's it for this video. Sorry that it's been so long. But hopefully this gives you an insight to how to service locomotives. Keep the wheels clean, the pickups clean. Make sure that the motor turns freely. Make sure that the conrods aren't bent. It's actually quite simple. Once you've worked on one, you can work on pretty much any of them. So next we'll be moving on to that Prairie Not Prairie, that 45XX. I assume that's what it's called. And then we can get a more in-depth look at a different mechanism. So that's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment and subscribe. Always much appreciated. And until next time, stay safe and thanks for watching.